Oh, yeah, there you go. I'm getting better at using it.
Yeah. Yeah, so before Bruce Lee's death, there were about 300 martial arts schools worldwide.
Yeah.
Because martial arts just wasn't this thing. And even the, stereotypical Asian thing that was going around before Bruce Lee was Asians are weak, Asians are small,
Yeah.
Asians can't do anything because of the wars with the US where they unfortunately got trampled.
Yeah.
Where after Bruce Lee died, it went up to, internationally, there were 200,000 schools within 6 months of his death. Because his first international movie, Enter the Dragon, got released and everyone went, I want to be like Bruce Lee.
Yeah.
I want to be that ripped dude, I want to move that fast, I want to be that amazing.
Yeah.
So people just started opening these schools of whatever martial art they had near them. People who quit training ages ago went, I can start doing this, I can make money off this.
Yeah.
And the biggest ironic thing is Bruce Lee's biggest thing for martial art was individuality and adaptability.
Yeah.
Train to what works for you.
Yeah.
And all these people went, history and tradition must be what it is. And that completely took away from everything Bruce Lee always tried to teach in his own martial arts.
Yeah.
But even with his death, that completely changed the stereotype of Asians. People now started thinking...
He did so much for Asians, yeah.
Yeah. Bruce Lee is the biggest action star in the world at that point in time. He was strong. He was incredibly fast. He was the counter to, at that time, the, famous people like John Wayne, who were the tough guys, the fake punches, the type things, and he went shredded.
Yeah.
And he changed Asian perception of, they're not these weak little people. Look what they can do.
Yeah.
They're fast. They can all know martial arts. And, Americans, mass belief went, I can't mess with Asians anymore.
Yeah.
What if they know what that guy knows?
It still hangs around today.
Yeah, and people still think that. Like the song Kung Fu Fighting was Bruce Lee, because after he died, everybody was Kung Fu Fighting. And it even changed the movie industry because, again, after Bruce Lee had his massively toned body and muscles on screen, that changed what was the male action star. And that's where people like Arnold Schwarzenegger and Sylvester Stallone started getting their pickup about 10 years after. It was, what can the Americans do to make themselves better than little Asian Bruce Lee?
Bruce Lee's.
It's let's get big and bulky and ripped.
strong, yeah.
And that's, you look at Rambo first, Rambo 2, and he basically has the body of Bruce Lee in that. You look at Arnie and he's a massive dude, but he's still got that shredded look to him.
Yeah.
And that's because Bruce Lee changed what action stars should be.
Yeah.
And that continues today. You look at Thor, he's still
It's
big
still,
and muscly.
Yeah. Iron Man. Spider-Man.
Yeah. And and martial arts was a big part of why that happened. It was his whole driving force. He just wanted to be the best martial artist he could be.
Yeah.
And that didn't matter if he was doing Wing Chun. It didn't matter if he was learning Aikido for somebody or Judo. He would just train with whoever made him better.
Yeah.
And that's what it should be.
That's what real martial arts should be, yeah.
It was just, his school, a lot of people who used to train with him said he used to teach in a way that was not actually necessarily him teaching people what to do. It was, he wants the best people around him, so when he's training, he can
gets the best
learn
out
off
of it,
them.
yeah.
So he may be showing techniques that he knows, but what he's doing is testing himself. And his most famous thing he used to do, every martial art event he would go to, he'd find the biggest and strongest, the fastest, and he would just say to them, hit me as hard as you can, and I bet I'll stop you. And there was only one instance where he ever got hit during that, because he knew so much about how everyone else moved, he would just find a way in. And that was what it was all about. And the person he found hit him, he trained with him until he was better than him. It wasn't, you've hit me, I'm your enemy. It's, you've hit me, you have something to teach me.
Yeah.
And I've probably got something to teach you. And that's how he did everything. Even teaching, he used to teach movie stars just to get into the movie business as well. But that's, again, how he got famous. That's how he got the art out. And it wasn't the traditional way where everybody's sitting at home and, come to my school, I'm the best. It's, I'm going to go out and show people what is the best. This is the best. And I'm going to do that on the big screen because that's what people are looking at. That's where this needs to be shown. And if you put that in modern day, YouTube, TikToks, Vines, whatever else is going, that's where you're going to get younger people interested. If you find a way to merge the traditionalism with modern day society and find a way to make that fun and interesting and get it out there, more people will find it, more people will join up. You can't rely on word of mouth or banners anymore. You need to...
Or what worked in the 80s or even earlier.
Technology in the world moves so quickly now. So if you're doing even something